Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Take two. Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of
Sound like a busted engine.
yeah. Podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree is back to the front of the camera. My guy Dev is back in the back.
In the back.
I was trying to make him sit up here, but he wasn't trying it today. He said, "Get your ass to the camera."
But yeah, man, I thought the way it was looking a lot like Jonathan Majors was gonna be in the clear, but he caught that first accusation. Now it appears there's multiple women with accusations or stories of something that's taken place between these women and Jonathan Majors, and it looks like this story is gonna continue, and it's unfortunate. Jonathan Majors has been on a great run with these movies, and in general, he's been on a good high street, but he got some. You think it's? I think there's what do I say? There's some truth to these stories, or another black man gets lit and accusations come out.
It's unfortunate. He definitely was on high street again. To me, he was becoming the it guy of Hollywood. Definitely, with landing the Creed spot and being a part of the Marvel universe is definitely one of the biggest things that you can do. And so him being a young and fairly new actor in Hollywood, like mainstream Hollywood, landing a role such as Kane the Conqueror, who's going to be a pivotal part of the Marvel universe moving forward. It definitely was a great look for Jonathan, but it's just again, we live in a world now where all you need is accusation to completely derail your whole shit. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but in the world we live in, you are guilty until proven innocent. And even with proven innocent, you still have that stain on your name. So it's unfortunate if he hasn't done what he's being accused of, because this is going to forever affect his career. But if he did do what he is being accused of, this is a clear sign of a issue that black men in Hollywood have. Stay away from them white girls. Jonathan Majors like to mess with them snow bunnies. And as you see time and time again, when we have these accusations in our black and brown community, it's usually a brother messing with one of those pale face hooligans. So, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, my man's messed up. Well, I ain't gonna say he messed up. I'm just saying, unfortunately, this is a ship that won't be righted, because once you get that accusation, regardless if you're guilty, innocent, or if these cases are thrown out, he has the stain on his career, and he's not big enough to to shake it. He's not like somebody who has a long standing career in Hollywood, who has a reputation and a resume where you have a bunch of people that can defend you. He's a fairly new actor. He's just jumping into superstardom, and so with that, to have these accusations on his name, unfortunately, on the larger scale, and I say this on a larger scale in regards to mainstream Hollywood, I think he's done.
Well, it's all at this moment. It's all accusations, but
that's all you need. That's all that's needed.
Which is true. But damn.
Because again, people don't want to even. even if it's not proven, even if you're not proven guilty, people don't want to be associated. And we live in these times where we're hypersensitive. You know, we are, although we've always been, but we know we are pro women, and we pro choice, and we pro everything. We pro the right thing. So again, when you get these accusations on your name, regardless innocent or guilty, it's just hard to shake it, and people don't want to be associated or stand too close to the fire that is a sexual assault accusation.
No, I hear you. Once accusations like this come out, people start to separate distance themselves. You know, if they're famous themselves and they know someone that they're dealing with this type, they might keep support behind the scenes, but out in the public eye, they probably won't say not a damn thing because they ain't trying to catch none of that heat. But I don't know.
Yo, if you just even look on TV, like he just did the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, the Quantumania.
Mm-hmm.
Like previously, he was, when they did the ads, when they did the trailers, they still like pumping out the trailer because the movie's already done. But look at the commercials. They completely cut him out. Just watch when you if it comes on, watch an Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania commercial. He's completely cut off, where they edited to not even show him because of the stain that's currently on his name. Creed, shit, they barely even do any type of advertisement for Creed. Creed just came out. Now on streaming, you don't even see any advertisement for that.
Yeah, because he's very. I still didn't watch Creed 3 yet, but he's very prevalent and like he's really in the movie. So it's like
he's the main, but just like Ant-Man and Quantumania, he's the main antagonist in both movies. These are two of the biggest movies that has dropped this year. So, and he's a big part of these movies. You just watch the advertising. He's not shown at all.
I'm just hoping that that's happening only because there hasn't been any cases or anything like that of this accusation. And so because of that, they got to be very mindful of it, right? So because right now it hasn't been settled, he's guilty or not guilty. I'm hoping that with that being said, this is why they're not showing him, because the same thing with Johnny Depp. It was a moment where they wasn't showing because during the cases and stuff. Once he was cleared, now Johnny Depp has been offered and he's back to making his movies. I'm just hoping that could be the case for Jonathan Mayers. I'm just that's my hope. I mean,
I hope that can be for him. Only thing is, Johnny Depp has a long resume and have all the relationships in Hollywood to bounce back.
But
Jonathan Mayers.
But the thing is, the crazy thing is that the same relationships he had was the same relationship that destroyed him.
Right.
While he was going through the case. So maybe it's a good thing that Jonathan Mayers has no relationships really, and that he can just start brand new. Johnny Depp now has to go to the same people that canceled him and said he would, he would never work in the business again. Now they have to go back and ask Johnny to pick up where he left off, and it's up to Johnny. I mean, I just listen. All I'm comparing is I hope that once he is found innocent, that
if he's found innocent,
I guess, that he could bounce back to whatever he was doing, or get his
career was blossoming. It was definitely starting to take off.
Just heating up, man. Heating up.
I don't know. I just feel like before we was innocent to proven guilty, and now it's guilty to proven innocent, and I don't like that feeling. So I'm gonna stick to he's innocent until they can prove that he is fucking guilty. Because it's so crazy to me that all of a sudden now you coming out with this shit, and then y'all go out clubbing together, y'all go to the bars together, y'all seen together. It just seems like a conspiracy. With that being said, I'm not saying they can't move on with their lives, but I just find it funny how they out together chilling at the bar once they put in the accusations. Like, that shit looks whack. So
we again scratch the actual court, because he could be innocent in this whole situation. And honestly, yes, if he's proven innocent in the courts, that's cool. But let's keep it a buck. The court of public opinion weighs your popularity. The court of public opinion will determine how your career continues to blossom. Because if there's an outpour or outcry of counseling someone, regardless of maybe him and his girl had an incident, she forgave him, they moved on. The court of public opinion does not give a fuck.
But the crazy part, Devin, is I haven't heard really people saying they wanted to cancel him. It's the people in the movie business that want to cancel him more than the females. If you read the comments underneath the post, it's like all these girls are saying unbelievable, or this is not right, or again,
because you on black media,
right?
Yeah, right. I ain't talking about black media. Black media don't have no weight. I'm talking about white media, the people that actually control it. And like I've said before, black people are the only one that can get canceled. But white people don't cancel.
But what I'm saying to you is,
the white media
again, what I'm saying to you is, it hasn't been a thing about him being canceled even by white media. There's nothing that's been said. It's just accusations. And so these management and these shows and these movies are the ones that are canceling him before the people have. So again, it just seems kind of fake to me, and conspiracy to me.
One second, because you can look at it this way: like, none of these accusations came out to that first arrest. Once that first arrest came out, now open up the floodgate for all these.
Oh yeah, that's possible. Again, let's not act like this ain't how it works anyway. This is how the prosecution works anyway. All they need is one, and then they put out an ad for anybody else has a Jonathan Majors issue. Call this number. That's how this shit works. Period. Because ultimately, if we can't prove you guilty, we can destroy your reputation. And therefore, that's what I'm saying in the sense of he don't have any weight. And I'm wishing the brother the best because I like him. I've been before he started to blossom, I used to watch him on Lovecraft Country before HBO, and it got canceled after one season. I was pissed because I'm like, this is a fucking great show. A lot of people don't even know Lovecraft Country.
That's crazy. They didn't get another season.
But I don't understand why, because it was such a great season. Maybe because of the, rest in peace, the brother who died.
Michael K. Williams.
Michael K., who played his father on there.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a great fucking show. And that's when I first got introduced to Jonathan Majors. But I just know too many times, time and time again, where you could be proven guilty or innocent, and people that have celebrity be done in Hollywood. So for a young brother like him to just started to blossom, and he has these alleged issues with white women, makes a recipe for a bad life. And I'm sorry that I'm just living in the world that I see, and it happens too many times. And so I'm wishing the brother the best out of this situation. But the way this world, like how this world don't allow anybody a chance to redeem themselves from a mistake, because the court of public opinion has no space for redemption. It just looks bad for this brother, and I'm hoping that he can shake it.
Well, we'll definitely keep track of it.
Go watch Creed though. It's a good movie.
Well, we'll keep track of it. We'll keep posted and updated with this. We'll see if this alters Jonathan Major's career and sets him back. But again, innocent until proven guilty. And we'll just follow and see where it goes from here. Keep it with the similar 2016. Funny story. It's not really a funny story.
So
But,
was they innocent until proven guilty, or were they guilty?
well, it's still innocent until proven guilty because this person I'm talking about ain't they didn't go to court yet, but they was arrested. But if y'all don't know what we're talking about the substitute teacher who happens to be the wife of the police chief and the daughter of the local mayor who got caught, I guess, texting with the underage teen in her school and other stuff. So she's been charged with sexual abuse. Her name is Emma Delaney Hancock, but it's just, I guess, it's not funny, but it's just the fact that
Hold on. So she is the daughter of the mayor?
yeah, the local mayor,
Hey,
I guess the mayor of the town.
Right. So
yeah.
she's a teacher,
Substitute
the daughter
teacher.
of the local substitute teacher, daughter of the local mayor,
Mhm.
and wife of the police chief.
Yes.
All types of messed up.
As I said, it's not funny, but when you see all that other stuff that's in it, it's like, what?
Because you would think somebody she is a substitute, but the people or the lineage she has, you would think she'd know better than that. But white folks be doing other stuff. Why do we see so many of these cases now? Whereas especially when it comes to teachers messing with these underage kids in high school or the education system. Why do y'all think we see so many of those cases? Like it's like prevalent
I think
now.
because it's younger teachers now. Because remember
I was saying, I agree with that. Accessibility.
Right. So when we were younger, my teacher, the youngest teacher I had, she was
right. The teacher that
30 something, 40. So she was already getting that old look. No offense to the teachers I had, I'm sorry, but the teachers I had, they were not young, and they weren't thick, they didn't have bodies, they wasn't going to the gym, they wasn't really working out. So I feel like, with that being said,
these kids looking older than what we did too.
Right. I mean,
something in the water because these kids be looking grown as hell.
I look at Dorian and
putting that shit in that food, man.
Exactly.
Steroids in the meat.
Yeah, pumped and all that.
Right.
Shit, so.
Sometimes I look at my own son and I'm like, yo, he looks from far, he looks like he's 12, 13. So I can imagine him at like 15, 16.
Right.
And him with facial hair, and because I can see Dorian's gonna have facial hair at 15, 16.
Right.
Oh, jokes aside,
some that some of them, some people be like 12, 13 at the full grown beard, like, God damn.
Shit, I see it in the elementary school I work with. This shit goes up to 8th grade, and you see the boys, these niggas like 6'1" with beards and shit. I be like, yo, bro, you work here? Ho. I'm in Mr. So-and-so's class. Like, bro, somebody ID that kid because he definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Adult. So it's these younger teachers and then these students looking at 15, 16, looking 20 years old. Right. If they become, I guess, and I hate to say it like this, attractive. Uh-huh. And so these teachers are now attractive to these kids. I want to put a PSA out there for all you fucking teachers, my son's future teachers. I'm gonna beat y'all ass if you try to finagle my son. Let me tell you why. But even with the looks, right? This is the only problem I have. Even with kids looking older and the teachers being younger and looking like in a younger state, these fucking kids still would remind you that they are young in the way they act. Yeah. So you are a disgusting motherfucker.
Oh, definitely.
To even I mean, you're a predator, but it's a disgusting thing because I don't understand it. Even if you in your 20s, which most teachers now, there was a research study saying that there's a lot more teachers in their 20, 23, 24 teaching these 17 and 16-year-olds. And so, but even with that being said, bitch, you're 23, 20, you on a whole different level and you ready to risk it all for a fucking 16, 17-year-old?
Yeah, because you definitely a sexual predator. And treated as such. You should have the red dot on your way. You know, you should go to the houses in your neighborhood and let the people know that you're a sexual predator. All that stuff should still stay the same because, again, regardless of how old they look, and even the kids nowadays, they're exposed to more things when it comes to sexuality. Like the generations have definitely changed a lot, but it's still it's still predatory at the end of the day. It's still like you know better. You are an adult, whether the girl or boy looks older, seems more mature, more experienced. You as the adult in the room, especially knowing that you spend a lot of times teachers spend more time in the week with kids than their own actual family do. So you are a predator in a sense because now it's almost like grooming because you spend so much time with this kid. You're able to nurture and groom them to be the partner that you want them to be because although they might look mature, they still impressionable kids. You're a fucking creep and you need to be locked up.
But you know what really disturbs me about these type of stories? Most of the times the women are married. So you in a full-on marriage.
And white. Let's not forget that. And white.
But what I'm saying is you in a full-on marriage. You get what I'm saying? Like, what do you...
That's embarrassing as hell. For you to be the police chief of your town and the mayor, like two prestigious positions in law enforcement, to find out that your wife and daughter is a predator, because we got to call them predators. We a lot of times we don't give these people the name that they deserve.
No, let's call it right. We don't give women the name that they deserve when they do these dumb shit.
So so put it like that. We don't call them predators. We usually leave that for men messing with kids, men messing with impressionable young girls, although they might seem older. We usually mark that on men. But a lot of these cases, whether they in higher education or not, they are predators and they should be labeled as such. And he needed to divorce her, and the father needs to disown her.
Well, if you read the article, he's not divorcing her.
Of course, because it would make no sense. It's embarrassing right now. He ain't gonna do it right now. It's too much. Because then you just look like a whole cuck right now. But he gonna let it.
Nah, he gotta pack up now. I think it's better. Like just think about
like,
it.
Yo, I don't stand with this because he like, yo, she's a predator. I can't stand. You would think he'd be like, no, I can't stand with this. I don't represent this. That's not a good representation of myself. And so that's why I said he needed dead her ass, and the father needed to disown her and say, this don't represent me because now you are a politician in this state, and this is the shit going on in y'all family. Y'all some predators. That's what I be saying. My public official is come from a house of freaks. Yeah, put her ass out there.
Yeah, this is overall bad. A lot of bad going on out there.
But it's going. It seemed like a lot, man. It seemed like
but back to like my previous point is accessibility. Back in the day, there wasn't no social media. There wasn't cell phones for text messages. Right.
Once they left school, you weren't talking to them.
Yeah, unless you called them in their crib, but there's a chance that the kid wasn't gonna pick up the phone. You called them.
So I feel like with that, Johnny, it wasn't had nothing to do with accessibility. It had everything to do with. I don't think it was as loud as it is now because of social media. I feel like you can keep a child back from detention, or you got to stay up and clean the classroom because you was bad today and do things to them.
No, that's true. But I'm saying, but the reason why these teachers is getting caught is because they're sending direct messages, they're DMing, they're texting, they're getting cell phone, they're giving
got all these paper
kids cell phone number. So it's under the rules. It's like, oh, if you need help with your homework, text me or call me. That's what a good teacher would do nowadays. I guess that's the game they run. Or you got a problem with the homework or you need help with something, call me, text me. And the gist of that, they out here trying to, do some extra stuff. But I think that's what plays a role in it, because that's how usually they get caught up. They get the text messages and they see the whole thread.
And then again, a kid, look, as a kid in high school, if one of my teachers was letting me bust, I'm telling the crew. I'm recording, because nobody gonna believe you. It's like, yo, lying there.
Oh yeah,
bro.
but the thing is, you'll be able to record now, but back in the day.
I'm talking about if I was a kid in today's world, thinking about how I was as a teenager. You think I'm not telling? Yes, I'm telling everybody, the whole crew. Y'all niggas, y'all trying to mess with these girls in here, bro. I'm busting open teachers. Like, that's a badge of honor. Niggas really be on that shit. So, and now, like you said, you have the accessibility where you can start with like just small talk. Hey, teach, help me with this homework. And then you throw out little fillers. And if she go or he go or whatever the case may be, boom, you now have access to this person outside of school.
Yo, at one point in the article I read, I don't know if it was the boy who sent it or it was the teacher. I think it was the boy. He's like, are we sending half naked pictures? He asked, are we sending half naked pictures now? That's what I'm saying. All that shit is all in the threads, all in text messages. That's why it's all like we found out more about these cases.
I don't understand how his mother ain't in jail
for beating her up.
For beating her ass.
Because she ain't a black woman.
Oh.
Well, she ain't gonna beat the ass of the daughter of the man, wife of
I don't give
and that too.
fuck.
Yeah, think about that.
All right, so I'm not beating your ass. I'm hiring people with masks to beat your ass. You gonna get your ass beat one way or another.
Yeah, the lady, unfortunately, she's a predator, but she comes from a lineage.
She's very
power.
protected.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's way to get around.
Not saying that they'll protect her,
if they got to 6'9", they can get to her.
6'9", sure.
She's an informant. Those are important people.
Oh, crazy. Lock her up
and beat her ass in jail. See, if the mother don't get to her, you know what they do to predators in jail?
She definitely ain't going to jail.
Yeah. No, she don't go to jail. She probably ain't gonna do no hard time.
She might go to jail for, it ain't gonna be no more than a year.
That's okay. They only need to beat your ass for a month.
And she ain't gonna be in no max. She gonna be in a soft ass prison. And she gonna be labeled a predator. And in her little ass
yeah, I'm saying they're gonna pull some strings for her.
Yeah, she gonna be out of there, man. This is the mayor's daughter. Of course, she gonna have to do time because of his image and the police chief's image.
They better hope she better hope he don't have to step down from this.
Both.
Right. With that being said, that they don't have any pull on where she goes or where she do.
That's what I'm saying. She gonna do some time. They gonna finagle it. She gonna definitely do some time because of their reputation, but she ain't doing no hard time.
Yeah, that's
and sexual predators don't get much time anyway.
You remember that story a long time ago where she slept with the teacher slept with the parent. This was in 1990s when we were like kids, and she's married to him now. But she did about a good...
Oh, yeah, she had the baby.
But she did a good about 10, 15 years in jail. And when he waited for her to come out, and then they got married when she came out. He was a full adult.
Yeah, I remember that story.
But that was the only predator I ever seen that did like 10, 15 years where she did hard time.
Yeah, and they were actually... they still married now. Like, they were in love. And she had his baby. And they still together.
And he got custody of the baby. That shit was some wild shit.
Yeah, I remember that story.
I hope she does 10, 15 years like that lady.
She might.
She also a predator.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a predator. And that's why she can never be a teacher again. And that's a crazy story to tell your kid. You know, your father was like 13, 14.
I was just gonna say, we fell in love at
this article is hilarious. Bro, the way they worded stuff in this article is just hilarious.
just when you know love, when you know you're in love, you just know.
What?
You never let anything stand in the
Yo,
way.
now I gotta read this part of the article. It says the alleged teacher aggressively grabs teen and kisses him, right? Then it says the substitute allegedly rubbed the teen's crotch area for 10 seconds, rubbing on his penis. And then the teen grabbed her left buttocks, document said. I know they gotta like detail it like word for word of what happened, but just the way they worded that was just hilarious.
That sounds like one of those romance novels.
It didn't just say the teen. It didn't say the teen grabbed her ass. It said grabbed her left buttock, left cheek.
It's a white romance novel.
Right.
That was bad.
Oh damn! Homie told his man's, and his man's ex-teacher if it was true.
Duh, that's why I told you niggas be talking. Cause he was trying to get next. He's like, yo, you opening, you busting open shit. Like, shit, what's to you? You a married woman, so I ain't thinking you in love. Bitch, I'm thinking you busting it open for a real one. So
Right.
he like, what's to you, shorty?
Yeah, she was wilding, man, because there was a couple. She's accused of a couple of
Oh
being
yeah.
with a
And
couple.
that's why the homie asked. He was trying to get next.
Right.
She already had a reputation. Like, yo, Miss Sarandon be going. What's her last name?
Hancock.
Miss Hancock be going. Hand and cock together.
Her name is Emma Delaney Hancock.
Yup, sounds about right.
Yeah, the worst.
Yo.
Sounds about right.
But enough of that. We're gonna get into
Emma.
you heard that we're gonna get into an end of an era, man. Great TV show finally comes to an end. I know Bree watched 1 second of it, so me and Dev is gonna discuss the great.
She watched a little bit while I watched.
Watch what?
Snowfall.
Snowfall.
Oh.
Snowfall.
Why did I think he was gonna talk? Why am I?
Yeah, I know what you was talking about, but we'll get to that too. But John, you know, I love when shows don't stretch it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for the writers and producers at FX and Snowfall. Only 6 seasons. Not too much, just enough.
Franklin has something to do with that as well.
And so, thank you guys for ending this show at the right time. It came full circle. For those who didn't watch it, I ain't gonna go into it because there's still people that hasn't watched it. But yes, this show, although I'm upset with the ending because I want to see, you know, I don't like seeing brothers go out dirty, but it definitely was a full circle moment and a great fucking way to end the show. The music, the soundtrack, all that shit that went into the episode, the conversations in the episode, man, that shit ended great, man. Shout out to FX. Shout out to John Singleton, rest in peace, who initially started this shit. And, you know, once he passed, a lot of people were skeptical of how it was going to end and how, if they were going to be able to continue it. They did a great fucking job, man. Shout out to my nigga, what's his name? Idris?
Damus Idris.
Damus Idris. Great acting. Fucking last episode, man. He just had moments throughout this whole show, just like, yo, he's really a talented young brother and shit. Shout out to his homie. What's his homie name?
Leon.
Yeah, another young good actor and shit. Just a great cast, man.
His uncle was good too.
Jerome, man.
Uncle Jerome.
I'm gonna tell you because when I heard his regular voice,
he a thespian shit. He one of those niggas. Who else, sir? You know how David Chappelle do the Lil Jon?
Mm-hmm.
That's uncle. That's his uncle Jerome.
Yeah, his voice ain't the way it is on the show.
Lord, teach that nigga how to squabble, like all deep and shit.
Yeah, teach
But
me
then
how to squabble.
yeah, but then when he talking in real life, well, sir,
Right. I was
I'm
like,
going to
damn.
tell you, I went to the School of Arts, and there I learned how to learn the vernacular of the Negro. So, like, it's just a great fucking show, man.
But I know this story. This show is based on true events.
Based on Freeway.
Right. Have any of y'all looked up the how Freeway ended?
Freeway's still alive, so it doesn't end exactly how
he went to jail. Freeway. It's loosely based on Freeway.
Right, it's loosely
some
based
other
off his
drug
life.
dealers from that time.
Right, but it's not fully. It's inspired by because Freeway did go to jail, and then he did discuss the dealings in the CIA and all these government entities pumping drugs into Black communities and shit. So once he did his time, he did speak on these type of things. So it was inspired by his life and other known drug dealers during that time, Philadelphia Freeway and shit. But he's alive and he's out. He's in jail. Well, he's not in jail, but he's out now and shit. So his story doesn't end the way Franklin's end. Right. But again, it was originally based off his life.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I thought the ending was good. It was realistic. I feel like the ending they went with was to not glorify. It's like basically, this is the life you choose to live. There's no good outcomes. There's no happy ending. So you like living basically choosing that lifestyle. But I don't know, man.
It was a humbling climax. Focusing on where greed gets you and shit. And again, like you said, living a certain lifestyle, there's no happy endings when it comes to, certain lifestyles and shit, certain occupations. So, I just don't like how my man's was looking. But if you watch, you'll see what I'm talking about.
He was too smart for all that, without any spoilers. The way they built his character, he was just too smart for all that. But for it to end like that was, I understand he started losing his shit a little bit. Like, well, not.
But that's what it was, because he lost his shit. Because you saw the second half of that season, he slowly became more and more psychotic. And that's what ultimately, psychotic with greed, put that together, ultimately this can where it leads you. So y'all can see once y'all watch. All I'm saying is FX does great when it comes to shows. I'm noticing that.
FX be having some great shows.
FX, like for it to be on regular cable, I'm always big on, like, I don't be watching regular cable TV shows and shit. That's why I'm watching NBC or ABC or none of those shows on there and shit. Like, it'd be trash to me. FX finds a way of making it adult and mature, but keeping it censored in the sense of where you can watch it on regular TV. Like, it don't have to be on HBO. You get what I'm saying? But it's just as good as a show on HBO and Stars that can do a lot more than what the FX shows can. But for some reason, FX, they writers, they teams, they shows are just as good as, the big cable networks, the HBO, the Stars, and stuff like that. Like, I'll take FX, I'll take Snowfall over a lot of shows on HBO, over a lot of shows on Stars. Mm-hmm. And they can do way more than what they can do on FX. But it's just great writing, great directing, great characters, great acting. Well, they FX be kicking ass, man.
Well, it definitely is. It definitely is. FX has a great amount of shows. But damn, man, end of an era. But there's a spinoff coming out, so
I don't care about the spinoff. See, this is when they start losing me, when they start to drag it. I see if they had a spinoff focus on, although it will be, because I think he will be a part of it, Leon's life. Mm-hmm. And, the spinoff's supposed to be about his wife. But I'm not here for it, though. I hate spinoffs.
It's just a little interesting. It's an interesting route for like what the show was to do a spinoff, and then I don't know. I'm intrigued by the idea of a spinoff, but I just gotta see how it plays out.
Like I would rather see a spinoff. I just don't think her character is big enough to get a spinoff. Like they could have did one for his auntie.
True.
They could have did one for again his homie and shit. Like there's other people, and it's not many because a lot of motherfuckers died off. But I just don't think she would be the one that people would be like, oh, she getting a spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see that. She getting one or he getting one? Nah, she wasn't. She is one of those like, extras where there's other pivotal characters that like soon as you hear if that person got a spinoff, if Leon, the nigga said Leon got a spinoff, motherfuckers going because people fuck with Leon. Oh, Leon got a spinoff? Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah, but I think Leon's gonna be a part of it. I just feel like
I know he is.
they just could have announced it because they didn't want to ruin how the. I'm pretty sure people thought Leon was gonna be one of the characters that was gonna bite the dust at the end.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just because of what, like everything that was going on, they felt like some wild shit was gonna happen. And he might have bite the dust, so they had to keep his future. Like they couldn't guarantee.
Shit, I thought Leon was gonna die a long time ago.
Yeah. Man, Franklin held him down, man. If it wasn't for Franklin, but he didn't want to give up that, that money for Franklin. Just know he didn't want to give that much, but he was quickly Franklin.
That's what I'm just saying. Him, Ocho, like Ocho can get a spinoff.
Yeah, I can see Ocho getting a spinoff, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's characters that's to me again bigger, and maybe Leon would be the center, but you can't say, oh, Leon getting a spinoff because then it's like, okay, so what you mean Leon getting a spinoff? So Leon don't die, that kind of kills,
right?
That part. So I can see that, but I rather them not saying anything because again, Leon's wife, I don't see like it being worth mentioning that she getting a spinoff.
But I'm intrigued when it comes out. I see a trailer for it. I'll give it a watch to see where it goes. But I understand.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, there's other characters in the story that they could have went and.
Yeah, that's what I said. Again, Leon, Ocho, his aunt. Those would be the three. That's like okay. It makes sense them getting a spinoff. Like because again, their stories are still going. She got away. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm about to tell him. I'm about to give him a spoiler. So, like I said,
Scully could have got a spinoff, right?
Scully, before the girlfriend. I mean, before the wife, Scully could have got one.
True.
So again, I don't want to say nothing because I'm about to start ratting. It's just other people that could have got a spinoff before her. So we're gonna see though what the trailer look like, and if it's intriguing, I might watch the first episode, and if that episode is good, they got me for another show.
They got me for another show, but Snowfall, man, great series, man. Great series. Tough to see it end, but I enjoyed all 6 seasons. Great show. Now, let's get into some troubling news. Designer, said he was in the airport. Oh, not in the airport, he was in the airplane. And he exposed himself. And he says he wants to check himself into rehab. But a little more details came out on what happened on that plane. Allegedly, he exposed himself and started masturbating in front of the flight attendants while on the plane.
Is it really allegedly? He said he did it.
It's still allegedly, Okay, yeah, but it's still allegedly. But I understand what you're saying, Bree. It's still saying allegedly. But damn, I'm not gonna lie. Can't put nothing past nobody, but shit, man, them drugs be fucking people up, man. Got them people out here doing some wild stuff, especially airplane. You said what?
Not only drugs, not only drugs, but fame.
That too.
Fame is a hell of a drug.
Yes,
And
it is.
And I think Design he's been suffering from the success of Panda, how big Panda was. Yo, you remember how fucking big Panda was?
Yes, I remember.
Yo, Panda was fucking huge. I'm about to go listen to Panda. That song was so fucking big.
Yeah.
Then Ye jumped on Panda. He gets the Good Music cosign.
Yeah, signed Good Music.
Signed Good Music. Designer was supposed to be the person that replaced fucking Future.
Yeah.
And not after fucking hitting that plateau that was Panda, he can never catch another one. And it's been constantly. He got to get another one. He got to get another one. And he's been unsuccessful.
He had that Timmy song. Timmy.
But that wasn't even a full song. That was a fucking. It was the double XL snippet. Timmy Turner. He was in it with the burn. It wasn't even, nobody even cared about the full song. It was
I'm not gonna lie. He dropped the song, but a lot of people. I felt like that song was a troll song, but a lot of people was listening to that.
Man, nobody cared. They cared about the instrument, the acapella snippet of Timmy Turner because that shit was hard. But the song it didn't shape the same way the snippet did. But again, I'm saying this to say that Designer came out, took off, getting the Future comparison with Good Music, got one of the biggest fucking tracks of the early 2010s. Like fucking hitting crazy numbers on some motherfucking
It really came out in the middle. Panda came out what 2015 or 2016,
something like that. Killing it, and he never got back to that moment. And so now you had one of the biggest hits, but now you also now one of the biggest busts because you came out so strong with the whole world on your supporting you. And he was never able to follow up. And it's been nothing but like bullshit after that. Like him doing little dumb shit on social media, saying dumb shit, like getting caught doing dumb shit. So it's just been like he's been kind of like a laughing stock. But so all of that can drive a person, to and fuck it, and again, drugs. On top of that, it could drive somebody insane. So I just wish him the best because again, for him to have so much success, it's so many people waiting for you to fall. And now he's feeling that, and fame is a hell of a drug.
It definitely is, man. Wish him the best. Hopefully he gets this situation handled and he can move on from this. But that's just a wild story.
It's just crazy to me. I'm happy he's checking himself in though.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage to do that. It takes a lot of courage to be like, I have a problem and I'm gonna check myself in. Like,
they say the first step to recovery is admitting
that
you have a problem. So he's doing that.
Unfortunately, it took him for this way to him. Yeah.
Crazy situation to get to this point, but as long as he gets the help he needs, that's all that matters.
Right.
Shit
crazy.
Let's get to a story we've been covering for a few months now. Every other episode, it'd be, bits and pieces that we just have to cover on the pod. But for the most part, this trial has been a circus. For those who don't know what we're talking about, I'm talking about the whole YSL RICO indictment and case and all the stuff that's been going on with that stuff. But for the most part, that trial has been a circus. a lot of stuff has been happening. But this past week, one of the attorneys came in to work with prescribed medication, and he ended up getting arrested. Going to work. So basically, he's going to work, going to do his job, and he ends up getting arrested for having prescription medications. I don't know.
Oh,
Wait, you said what?
yeah, that's weird though. Like, if it's a prescribed medicine, that means you have the legal right to use it as long as you're using it based on the doctor recommended dosage.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get arrested for that?
Because he was trying to slip it to them. Nah,
I would assume they assumed that he was trying to give it to one of his clients, oh yeah, take this, but it didn't even get to that point,
They just saw him with it and they just made an assumption like he's trying to do something with it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
He had his medicine in his bag. Probably go and see one of the clients, YSL guys or whatever. And because he had the medicine on him, the prescription on him, they probably think he's trying to slip them a pill or some shit. And so they made a decision like, hey, he's trying to traffic or some shit, and arrest him. This again, that just like you said, John, it's a circus, because it just sounds like a whole mess. This whole RICO situation, but most of the time, RICOs are a mess to begin with. So sounds about right.
Crazy stuff. But let's leave the circus, and we're gonna keep it music because YSL is music. We're gonna keep it music. Glorilla sued for one of her big hits, sampling. Basically, she sampled a song and didn't properly clear it. So the original people who made the song,
FREE, fuck nigga freak.
well, it wasn't that song. It was her Tomorrow song.
Oh yeah, it was that one.
I'm about to say it wasn't that one.
It was the Tomorrow record, but Street of West Bank Doghouse Posse had their song that came out in the 90s. And if you listen to it, that sound the same. This is
Sabrina saying she don't hear the beat is definitely the same.
Yeah, you hear that intro to the beat. It's the same.
Yeah, it's definitely the same. Like, and again, to each his own. This is their property.
One's just modernized. One beat is modernized, and one sounds like a 90s.
And again, because they thought the producer looking for samples, he found that sample, chopped it up, and Glow jumped on it. Like it be really that simple. But again, you taking people art, and now this shit big as hell, and you getting coins, and you not properly paying the people that paved the way. We see this shit happen all the time.
You know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I never heard that record, but that record fake sound fire.
That shit, I don't know. That song probably ass. I'm not gonna go listen to it.
Listen, I'm just saying that one part. It was like, it actually sounded like an record.
It sounded like some 3 6 Mafia old shit. But again, you gotta, especially when it comes, I ain't gonna say especially when it comes to black creators. But again, we take people's shit, we sample it, spit it up, take people creative property, and we don't properly pay people for their own art. So unfortunately, this is a part of the game.
There should be a statute of limitation to music.
Hell no.
Yeah.
You can't. Hell no. How you gonna?
Because if your shit is not being played no more, and I take it and remake it,
music lives forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could bump a song from the 80s right now.
I've never heard that song.
I never heard it, but I'm pretty sure somebody heard it because that's why they sampled the
shit. Somebody heard it and ran with it. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to take this. This should sound fire. I'm taking this.
Exactly.
I feel like there should be a statute.
And it became a whole hit. And it's like, Gotta pay them.
Especially if you're gonna make changes to the original sound and
She's
shit
saying
like that.
statute of limitation, but let Dorian drop a hit and 40, 50 years ago by somebody sample Dorian shit. She gonna be like, baby, go get yours.
No,
Sue
because
that-
no, because if they change it and they like tweak it,
But
then
you
it's
can,
not his.
but you can clearly hear it though.
I can't hear it.
Nah,
I
you clearly
promise
hear it.
you clearly. Soon as I turned that shit on, I'm like, oh yeah, there you go. That's tomorrow,
I
right
didn't
there.
hear it.
The first 5 seconds,
Yeah.
I hear the shit. I'm like, yeah. It ain't even hit.
Yeah.
It ain't even like they took like a snare.
That piano part.
I didn't hear it.
The
Yeah,
piano
yo,
part.
they
of
got the same piano, bro. It's like, yeah. They might have threw some drums on top of it. But yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, they got that.
I didn't hear it.
And tomorrow's the record. Cardi B's also on this record, right? That's the
Yeah.
one with Cardi B.
Uh-huh.
See, it was a big ass hit. I bet you them people that made that song was like, yo, why does shit sound so familiar? Yo, run that old shit back. Yo,
No, they say why this shit sound familiar. They heard that shit and said, this bitch stole our beat.
There should be a statute of limitation on beats. I'm sorry.
And they sitting back seeing her tour, seeing Cardi go crazy on the track. Everybody eat except for us. It's our shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a part of the game.
Yeah, you
I
can't
would
put
think-
statute of limitations on
listen.
something you create. If I created something, that's mine forever unless I sell it.
Exactly. That's mine. That's my problem.
Well, they better hope they have ownership of that shit.
Well, we never know what the ownership shit looking like, but I know whoever owns it gonna be able to get some proper chop now, because again, I would think Glorilla and her team would wanna be like, we wasn't trying to steal from y'all, and hopefully they can compensate them and work out something to properly compensate them. I never heard the song before, so I hope these niggas ain't like, I want $100 million. Like,
Yeah, that's a reach.
also, that's what I'm saying. Like, also OD shit. But I hope that Glorilla and her team and the production would be like, yo, we gotta properly, pay our respect to these gentlemen who created a song that we fucked with, and that's why we sampled it.
Yeah,
I didn't hear it.
they fucking
Glorilla, I didn't hear it.
Nah, people do. We're just in an era, man. There's a lot of sampling being done.
And again, a lot of times motherfuckers are able to get away with the sampling because they'll take, they won't sample, but they'll recreate. But I'm sorry, you can hear the sample clear as day in that shit.
Yeah, that's to hear that shit. Because I don't think I haven't seen Glorilla's team respond to it yet. I ain't seen.
They haven't really said nothing. Because again, it's like what you can say. Like, oh, we didn't take this from them.
It's like, goddamn, they got it. Shit. Fuck.
And that's what I'm saying. In the sense of Glow and her team probably like, her team is like, my nigga, did you sample these people? Whoever the producer is. And he like, yeah, I ain't gonna even hold you. Because again, as an artist, a producer coming to you with a beat, with a tape of beats, you ain't thinking about who they sampled it from. You just think, oh, this shit fire. I'm about to kill this shit. Like, and I don't think Glorilla is in the studio listening to old tracks and telling like, oh man, I don't know, telling her team like, yo, sample this shit. Usually, producers come in, they have listening sessions, and motherfuckers coming in with beats, and you hear one that you fuck with, and you just go crazy. So I'm pretty sure her team is probably just making sure legally, like, yo, did you really sample these people? Like, and then nigga, whoever produces, like, yeah, I took that shit. Like, I ain't gonna even hold it.
Damn, but they'll get that shit worked out.
Yeah, they get it. I'm pretty sure bro them clear the sample for like $100 in Cash App and some shoes.
Nah, that shit was a hit, man. Tomorrow was a hit. So
nah, for real though, they go definitely ask for a nice little compensation.
Yeah, Cardi B's on that record. I gave that shit an extra boost.
Should be statute of limitation.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nah, man. Create my shit, man. I sell it to you. You can have it. I don't sell it.
That's like hell no. Like that's like if I write a book, right? 100 years later, y'all want to make a movie about it. Bitch, you better pay my estate.
That's a fact. It's my story.
How you just gonna say, oh, nigga, this old ass story? Like, nigga, you about to go.
That's different though.
No,
No,
it's not.
It is.
It's my
It's not.
creative. It's my intellectual property.
Again, it's not taking word from word, but if I take an idea of yours, if I take an idea from your book, that's what I'm saying. It's not the same. She didn't take the exact same song. She
She
again
made a
made
whole
it
new
her
song, but
own.
the whole beat comes from their song.
Yeah.
You can't, man. You can't say, look, hey y'all, I got a new invention. It's called the light bulb. Listen, but here's what's different.
But people have patents, but that's happened. People
Right,
have patents.
Right, they have patents.
They have patents of certain light bulbs, but light didn't start with them. So do they have to pay medicine for the fucking idea of the light? No, y'all don't make any sense.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
whoever
you know what's the
created
crazy part? Thomas Edison did some dirty stuff. He ain't even the person that invented it.
Yeah, he stole it from a nigga.
Let's just say the person that invented it.
What I'm saying to y'all is,
yes, but what you saying is true. Whoever patented or claimed to created the light bulb, his estate, regardless his or her estate, makes some money. Whoever created the TV, whoever created the remote control, there's patents for this stuff. And unfortunately for intellectual property, it's not, you can't patent a beat, but what you do have is your sound. And that sound belongs to you forever. So if somebody use your sound, they gotta pay you. Straight like that.
Okay, but my opinion is this ASO. I get to have an opinion. I think there should be a statute of limitation on fucking music.
You know what she's saying? So she with the AI, so niggas can be stealing voices because it's a statute of limitation on your voice too.
That's different. That's your voice. She didn't take these niggas' voice. She took a part of their beat.
Is your beat not your voice though?
No, it's not.
Part of the song. A beat is a part of the song.
Oh my god, yeah,
the essence of the song. When you get the lyrics to match that beat and you make that song, it all goes together. It's all part of all the recipe to make that good old pie.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I think so.
It is. John. It's all. It makes it makes it what it is. It's not gonna be. You take a piece of that recipe out.
So when people do covers, they shouldn't. The cover should be dead. You can sue somebody for a cover if their cover makes better money than your actual song.
You got to get it right though. You got to get it clear.
Yeah, if you do a cover, you can't. That's not your song. A cover, you have to get. Someone has to clear.
There's a lot of people.
Somebody got to clear it.
There's a lot of people who don't clear covers.
Not if it ain't if it's a major song, that shit is getting cleared. If not, they getting sued or they getting taxed. You see what happened?
They're not making money off that cover at all.
Exactly. You see what happened with Diddy?
Sure. Diddy even have to pay. He didn't get the sample. His sample didn't get paid, even though his was a little more similar, more song based. Like the hook was pretty much like.
Yeah, it was the same type of style.
Yeah,
it's the same words.
No,
every step I take. Yes, it was. It was the same
words.
I'm
saying, but for the hook, I'm saying Diddy's verse and Sting's verse on their songs was two different verses. The hook,
but that's not what he was saying. He said because he took every step I take, every walk I make, I be watching you. He took those words. He took the words out the man's mouth.
He took the words and he took the beat.
Right.
Yeah, he took both.
Right. She did not take both.
It don't matter.
Still
she
took
still
one.
Took part. It
okay.
Don't matter.
All right. I'm done. It's my opinion. I feel like there should be statute of limitation on beats. Period. As
a creative, I don't agree.
That's crazy because you stole Chris Brown beat when you did that.
I can never do nothing with that though.
And that would be the song that takes you off.
Right, but at least you take it for what it is. You get the audience.
You know what I'm saying? If it takes that off, I'm pretty sure Chris Brown's people would contact Dev.
Yes,
and let them
exactly.
know,
Exactly.
yo,
They gonna be like, yeah, nigga, where you at? Where you at?
And there should be a
rest-
statute.
I fuck
There
with
should be
you, but
You're right.
you want this to be cleared, you're gonna have to
Right.
send this payment in.
I
How you want
fucks
to
with
send
the
it?
song.
Venmo, Cash App, Zelle.
Yeah, exactly. What's your wire? What's your wire? Cause we fuck with the song, but yeah, you gotta get a part.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's my opinion. I guess I have my opinion.
But I guess we will agree to disagree. Let's keep it music. The baby said he's open to doing a song with Meg the Stallion again.
Baby need to shut the fuck up.
He's such a troll. I hate him. He's he had his moment. He need to sit down now.
Talking about bust real fast.
Nah, he
No.
had his moment, but I know what happened. He went on that little rant at that Rolling Loud. They ain't been the same. He talked about them people. They ain't been the
Yeah,
same
man.
since.
And
He already had lost people prior to that when he did that shit with Danny Lay, sorry. And he said, "Oh, that was never my girlfriend."
he was
No, but that was a little
women.
after that happened after the Rolling Loud incident.
No, that happened before.
Did he bring the nigga out? Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baby. His
no,
quiet.
but Rolling Loud happened after he did that with Danny Lay.
No. You talking about the thing where he got kicked out the crib? That happened.
Yeah.
That happened like a little bit after, or in
I'm
the
pretty
same.
sure that happened after. I mean, before. I'm pretty sure it happened before.
I don't know when it happened before. I don't know where it happened in regards to. I just know it was around that same time. But
yeah, I remember he did that, and then he did the Rolling Loud, and everybody was like, "Yo, dude, like you on a fucking roll, like you just fucking up."
Yeah, I don't know chronologically how it happened. I can't remember. I just know they
November
were all
15th.
What was November 15th?
When he kicked her out the crib.
Okay, and when was Rolling Loud? When he brought out Tory.
Rolling Loud rant. March 2nd. No, wait, hold up. There's an article from this. Rolling Loud, Miami, July 25th.
So again, it was all close in time. It was one thing after the other.
So wait, Danny Lay was what?
November.
And Rolling Loud was.
It was the same
July.
year though. It was the same year. Rolling Loud was July 25th, 2021. Daniel Lay was November 2021.
So he did his rant. He did the Daniel Lay shit. He talked about Meg and how he smashed. Then he been moving on some sucker shit. Period. And then the music is the same. So motherfuckers already was getting tired of them anyway. And now he's saying shit just to keep like my wife said, us troll, so we could mention him because honestly, the baby moment came and went.
I'm gone. It was never here.
No, he
not lie.
The baby was rocking.
I'm sorry, I didn't like it.
His ascension was tight fast.
Oh yeah. No, his and descension. He descended at just as fast because he was cooking real quick, like he was smoking, and he was putting out records, and them shits was number ones, and he was doing all the award shows, like he was fucking smoking. But once he started doing this shit, talking the shit he was talking, that shit, the descent happened quickly, and you already had the Tory Lanez and Meg shit, and Meg being one of hip hop's and pop music princesses and shit, and speaking on her, standing next to Tory, doing goofy shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, the baby. If you do a record with her, nobody wants to hear the baby record at this moment.
The real question is, will she do a record with the baby?
Of course not.
Ain't nobody want to see those collabs. The only collab I want to see and the rekindleness of I want to see is Drake and Rihanna.
Now I want to see the baby do a track with he need to remix Rashida's song. Must it go, man? Want to marry me? That song. Pussy so good, want to marry me. Do a remix to that with the baby, so I can laugh. You know what Kirk Frost did to that one. Shout out to Kirk Frost. Shout out to Rashida too. But nobody cares about the baby right now, bro. Like, the best thing you can do is continue trying to make music, take care of your kids.
He got like 5 of them.
And stay out of the way. Like, I remember, when Baby was cooking, he was really cooking. He was beating up niggas and making hit records. Like,
who did he beat up?
The Baby was knocking niggas out in malls and
he beat up
shit.
Daniel A. brother.
Beat up Daniel A. brother. He killed the nigga in Walmart. Self-defense.
Allegedly.
No, he killed the nigga in Walmart. That's a fact.
Allegedly.
No alleged. It happened. Nigga pressed him. He had in a place where you have the right to carry. He had a legal firearm. He killed that nigga dead. That's a fact. Him beating up niggas, that's a fact. And making big records, that was all facts.
I was never a big fan of Baby, so
I was fucking with Baby.
You were.
I fucked with the Baby too.
Oh, his shit sounded the same.
Oh, it definitely sounded the same. He had one producer. Because it was one nigga making all his tracks, and the beats all still sound the same. So it becomes redundant, but it's just Baby moment has passed, and Baby just need to focus on continuing to push his music career and take care of his family. All the negative shit he need to try to step away from. You know what I'm saying? Get away from the shade room type of topics and shit. Like, cause you saying you'll make a record with Meg. Nobody, bro, Meg ain't doing no music with you. So nobody even cares about that opinion. So why are you even talking about it?
I doubt any record will happen between the two. But no. Now let's get into this Netflix special. Yeah. I watched it. It was cool. It was cool. It was not special. Could have been better.
It was ass.
For those who don't know, we're talking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30-year anniversary special on Netflix.
Forever and always. Forever and always.
Was Ranger, always Ranger. It was cool. It could have been better though, but it
was bad. It wasn't cool. Stop lying to people. Stop lying to the damn people.
That's not true.
Nah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
There was a point I was like, some stuff didn't make sense, but they cater it to the kids and whatnot. It's catered to the kids.
What didn't make sense, Johnny? What didn't make sense? What didn't make sense? Come on, tell me what did.
It was the scene. It was like it was the final battle. It was the.
Well, what didn't make sense? Come on, Johnny.
I'm gonna get into it. It was the final battle. My man Billy was about to get smoked again, but Trini's daughter jumped in the way, and the morpher protected her from the blast, the same blast that killed her mother.
What did I say to Dorian yesterday?
While she's in full Power Ranger suit.
I just said that to Dorian yesterday.
Yo,
bro,
I seen that shit. I'm like, come on now. Like, come on.
Bro, she got the morpher in her pocket. She don't even have the power suit on.
Yeah.
And that shit smoked Trini, but it absorbed the power, the same power that killed her mama.
Yeah. And she had the same morpher as her mom.
Dorian said it was the memories.
Right. Dorian said it was the memories of her mom.
The memories popped up after the fact, but
right.
It was nostalgic. I felt sad because it was like, damn, because I'm not gonna lie, she passed away a long time ago. It's been a while since she passed away.
Yeah. Again, I like how they connected it.
Yeah, I felt like it was dope how they connected it.
But
I would have wished more of the original Rangers was there. I would have wished there was more original Rangers. Probably would have been better.
Yeah. Rocky was trash.
Rocky's cool, but he ain't Jason.
Yeah, he ain't Jason. He ain't even Adam. They could have had Adam's fight.
Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I liked Adam.
Everybody liked the Adam.
But
was
I like how
Asian.
they brought in the subs. They had the subs in there. The second Yellow Ranger,
Yeah,
Adam, the second Black Ranger. They was both in it.
yeah, but they want the Yellow Ranger. I forgot her name.
The black one or
yeah,
Trini?
the black one, the
I
black
forgot
one.
her name too. I forgot her name.
But Adam was actually a Ranger people fucked with.
Mm-hmm. But at least he was like,
Yeah, I would definitely rather see Adam fight versus Rocky.
Also, I don't know if I was bugging, but in that beginning scene when the Green Ranger is fighting, I think they used Tommy's voice, even though he wasn't in it. I think they used his voice.
No, I don't think they did because I don't remember hearing none of them talk.
Nah, I'm talking about when like I'm talking about like the scenes when Tommy be fighting, like when he be talking while he's fighting.
Oh, they took one of his old. Yeah,
Like I think they used like his recording. That's what I meant. Like
yeah, right. Yeah, that's
like,
possible.
So if you get a chance to look at that fight scene, I was like, damn, I was like, damn, that's my guy Tommy. But I know he wasn't in it, but I think they used his voice for it. Which is
that's possible. I gotta go back and watch that part, but I don't remember really even hearing any of
because they be talking while they fighting, like they be like hoo-yah, hoo-yah.
Yeah, right.
The shit that really pissed me off was
and Tommy does have an iconic.
Yeah, as I'm saying, just listen to it again. I was like, damn, I thought I heard Tommy's voice
again. What pissed me off was that they were fat in real life.
Oh yeah.
Then when they put on the suit, they were skinny. Like, where do I get the suit at? Because
that's a fact.
I'm wearing that shit to work all day.
You look at like Rocky, and like when he put on the suit, it was mad little and shit. You could tell it was like a little Asian nigga inside the suit.
Like, where do I get one at? Where do I purchase one?
Mad skinny and shit.
Dory gonna say because the suit is skinny.
Dory said the suit is tight, so it makes him skinny.
Did Dory enjoy it?
He loved it. Oh. He the one that saw it first. He told me it was good as hell. I'm like, bro. When I watched it, I'm like, man, Dory, this was trash, bro. And that's what I'm saying. He's combating us because we tell him like it's trash, and he like, no, it ain't. What are y'all talking about? Like he's explaining the movie, the concept, and all this that we missed. He explained it to us because I brought up how the hell she survived from the same blast that killed her mama, and she ain't even got a suit on.
And she hit the wall dumb. Fuck all her hitting the wall. Fucking her mom got eviscerated, obliterated. She went into dust. She turned into dust, basically, or smoke.
Right.
She evaporated.
Right, dead ass.
The blast.
They got a fucking flying car.
No, they always had that. That was originally in there.
That was Billy Whip. Billy always.
I know, but she just listen.
Then my nigga Zach can't dance no more and shit.
He couldn't dance before I really didn't watch the Power Rangers growing up. That wasn't my show. To be honest with you, I really didn't like Power Rangers growing up. I liked the movies, but the show itself, I ain't gonna lie to you, was the worst. I did not watch it. So watching this, I had a very tall glass of wine, and I feel like that shit still didn't help me watch an hour of that shit. From the beginning all the way to the end of that shit, it was bad acting.
I just feel like, again, even if the fight scenes were better, like, I think we live in a time where you could get better choreography. Like, it just seemed cheap. The fight seemed cheap.
Yeah, it did, but I feel like the fight scenes were a little more, it wasn't as cheesy as when we was younger. I felt like the graphics in the fight scene was a tad bit better.
Man, I feel like it was just as cheesy.
I feel like it was.
I don't feel like it was anything better than the fight scenes that we got as a kid. Like, I wanted to see something more like, that's more vicious hits. Like, we live in fucking 2023. Like, I get you doing it for the kids, but
yeah, I'm saying 30-year anniversary. You know who's really watching it? 30-year anniversary. Ain't no kid.
Yeah,
some kids watching it.
But that's what I'm saying. Some kids, but I'm watching it, so I want to see it get better. I don't want to see the same corny shit I saw 30 years ago.
I don't want to watch that shit now.
Now Power Rangers has if they
I grew
could
up to
take the
crazy Power
content and
Ranger
make it a
fan.
little more grown up, Power Rangers has the potential to be some like a hit again.
Oh, they working. I saw on Emergency Awesome, they're working on a live action show for Power Rangers, and it's
Yeah, but
supposed to be a lot more mature.
if they make it a little more mature, a little more gritty, it'll definitely make it so much better. Like they done it so they did it
all they
so
got
well
to do
for
is just make
kids.
the choreography, the fight choreography better. They know karate. They're fighting these monsters. They just got to make it a lot more, just more realistic.
Yeah, like you're talking about like the hand-to-hand combat and just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
make
Just
that
like
shit
really
look good,
motherfuckers
like how
get
we be
popped.
watching these
Yeah, like
movies.
exactly. Like motherfuckers really scrapping.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
If they do that, motherfuckers will be like, oh, they really like getting it. So yeah, it was a great nostalgic moment, but it was ass. I'm just keeping it a buck. It was ass. And I'm only gonna watch it again because you said something about the hi-yas and the twos.
Oh, I won't be
Yeah,
watching
no,
it.
yeah, no. All you
that's
gotta do is
only
watch
like
that
the
beginning
first
scene
5 minutes.
when they start fighting. Listen to the
Yeah,
Blue Ranger fight.
the opening fight scene. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm good.
And I felt like that was a miss out too. I thought it was kind of cool that they just jumped right into it, but you gotta start with the Power Ranger theme song. You gotta do an open montage.
Word.
You gotta start with the montages and then show you can show like all the Rangers
Well,
that ever
according to y'all, if they don't have the right to that, they
They
can't
do
do
have the right to that because they played the song in the movie. They played it. They just they didn't do like a intro, but they played the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger shit during the fight scene.
Right.
But it would have been fire, and then they could have did like showing all like because it's the 30th anniversary, so Power Rangers in general. I know it's Mighty Morphin, but they could have just shown all the Rangers, show love to all the Rangers. Just
all they had to do was on some Avengers end game shit. Remember how they came through the hole and shit?
Mm-hmm.
It just had to have Rita with a bunch of putties, and then you just see all the other Power
Or
Rangers,
Rita
OG
could have
Power
linked
Rangers
up.
coming.
Shit, where was Lord Zed? Rita could have linked up with like
Lord
started the
Zed,
whole Legion of Doom.
Gordon.
All the fools, or bring back Ooze, right? Bring back
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then you bring back all of like the OG Power Rangers. They all just come together and shit. They all just start morphing in and shit. You got Shorty, although he'll be grown now. Maybe he was the Blue Ranger. He was a Shorty.
And Turbo,
and
yeah, the Blue Ranger and Turbo.
Yeah, and Turbo. Then he morphed into a grown ass man. But shit like that, just bringing them all back. That would have been a dope little last fight. Hurrah.
Yeah, for 30 years. Like I understand it's Mighty Morphin, but for 30 years. They had to bring. I'm not gonna lie. That was something they could have brought back. Rocky, Cat, Adam, the substitutes, but they had to bring back all the OGs. They should have brought back Jason, Kimberly, Tommy. They should have brought back all the OGs and let it be what it be.
They couldn't bring back Tommy.
I'm about to say it wasn't Tommy.
No, he wasn't. Not yet. He turned it down. Tommy had turned it down.
Oh.
Because he was doing his
for good reason.
He was doing his own movie though. He was doing
the Legend of the White Ranger shit.
Yeah, he's doing his other Power Ranger movie that's supposed to be like a grown version. It should be here in theaters, if not this month. This month's almost over. I think
smart decision because that shit was bad.
He could have saved it, man. He could have saved it, but we'll leave that as it is. Leave it as it is. The House passes a bill that bans trans athletes from performing basically in women's sports. Yeah, I agree or don't disagree.
This is a very, very touchy subject, but I agree with it. I agree with it. I'm gonna stick to my guns with this one as a woman. I don't think it's fair that these women fought so hard to be noticed and appreciated in these sports, to then have a man who later decided when he's in his 20s to now want to be a woman so that he can dominate the sport that they fought so hard to have. I think that's unfair to them. I think it's not right. And I'm happy that they passed the bill saying they're not going to allow that. If you all of a sudden at the age of 27, 26, realize you come into the end of your career in men's sports and haven't succeeded or haven't won a championship, haven't won a medal, and now you want to switch and say you're a transgender woman and enter a woman's sport, I think that's unfair. I think you're playing the field and now okay, well, all I have to say is I'm a woman, I'm a transgender woman, and you dominate a field that really wasn't created for men. And I think that's unfair to them. And I'm happy they passed that bill. I think that's it's bad enough women's sports don't get paid ever as much as men's sports. And now you want to come in and dominate that too? Nah, sit your ass down. Or make a transgender sports team where you just go against other transgender women or transgender people, where it's open to transgender women who's turning into men and transgender men who's turning into women. Make a whole sport for you guys so you can feel special.
Again, I think it's fair. I'm not going to go into it. I think it's fair. And you know why it's fair? Because they didn't make a law for transitioning men. They only did it for women. I wonder why. The proof is in the pudding. There's only one reason to do it. They only doing it for transitioning women. Because it makes sense. Genetically, men and women are not on the same physical level, although there are a lot of strong women in sports and in the world, period. But physically, majority of men are physically stronger to deal with certain things versus their female counterparts. And that's why there's no ban of transitioning men, because the world knows that woman transitioning into manhood is at a disadvantage playing against men. And we know that natural born women are at a disadvantage competing in sports against a transitioning woman. That's just the facts. Take it up with your mama. It is what it is. It's a fair ruling. It's a fair law. It's a fair ban. That's it.
I always said, I don't think you could create a sport for them to play. Like, not a sport. I mean, like, you could create a whole division, a whole league for them, and let them play in that league.
Yeah, but see, if they don't want that because it really makes no sense for that though.
I understand that, but it just gives them at least. You got to give them at least something. They can't,
because that's still exclusion. So that won't be fair to them either.
True, but if you give them I understand what you're saying. Still, it's excluding them, but it's not like obviously there's women.
They can go and compete in the fucking gender that they were born in. That's still an option.
True.
But they don't want that. They want to compete and be included.
Yeah. You
got their counterparts that was
in the men's if you're still good enough, you can still compete, and you just identify as what you identify. And if you're great at the sport and you're still able to do go for it.
And unfortunately, most of the people that transition in sports, they usually ask when they going against their male counterparts. Mm-hmm. So you have a history of them not excelling while they're performing in their in a sport with people that was assigned the same gender as them at birth, and then once they transition, they do well. So you have all that, and it shows that there's a disadvantage, and that's all we're talking about. The disadvantages. You want it to be fair. So, in all fairness, it's not fair for them to be competing with women who was assigned woman at birth. Yeah. What's fair to them? To me, the only thing that's fair to me to them, to me, is competing with the gender that they were assigned with at birth. That's the only thing that's fair.
But I agree. But this is like Bree says, it's a touchy subject, and it's definitely going to be a topic of conversation for a while. It's been a topic of conversation for a while, and it's going to continue to be, especially when if these rules get passed. I feel like a lot of people will be upset. But
can I identify as trans white? See, that's gonna help my credit.
On paper, maybe, but not in person.
Do you think the boys gonna stop fucking with me? Yo, before they beat me up, yo, just so you know, I'm transitioning into Caucasianism. So just so y'all know.
No, they might beat your ass just because you said some shit like that.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Trans white. I'm trans white.
No.
Like, what's your name? Mr. Devin Johnson. Okay, African American male. Excuse me, you bigot. I'm trans white.
They're gonna beat your ass because they know they hate these, So be careful with that.
Woo! Usher says he wants to do the Super Bowl. I think he should get an upcoming Super Bowl. Y'all agree or disagree?
We talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
And because they were saying that, remember, it went viral that Usher don't have the records to host a Super Bowl halftime show. And I think we were all in agreement that that's some bullshit.
Right.
Because Usher, over his long career, has a bunch of hits, has worked in many facets doing the pop, doing the EDM. He got fucking he got hooks, he got features, he got everything for a 20-minute halftime show. Especially with him doing the whole skate thing right now, the skate, bro, that shit'd be so fire. Usher could definitely do it. So to know that he interested, but again, this was already a conversation on social media, and a lot of people were putting smut on his name saying he can't host a halftime show, and I think that's bullshit. And I think we all agree
that's bullshit. I think Usher would definitely kill a halftime show. But
bro,
if Usher did a halftime show, I would pay to go to the Super Bowl.
I ain't paying for no fucking Super Bowl, but okay. It sounds good in theory.
It sounds good in theory. Oh, where's the next Super Bowl gonna be at? I know they're keeping it warm. What was the Super Bowl that just took place?
Wasn't it just in Arizona or Vegas?
No, it was just in Arizona. It was just in Arizona.
Next Super Bowl.
Where's it gonna be at?
It's gonna be 224 Super Bowl. It's gonna be Nevada.
Is that where?
It's gonna be in Vegas.
Oh, the next one's gonna be.
We got family in Vegas.
Yeah, and the Raiders Stadium.
Ooh, man.
We got family.
And Usher's already doing like a performance in Vegas. He got like his show going crazy right now.
His shit. Yeah, he got his residency right now that everybody going to.
Yeah.
Hey, set my boy up, man.
Might be time.
Yeah, I definitely think he has. And people were saying he's not popular enough. He don't have the star power to host a Super Bowl halftime show. And I just think that's all bull crap. I
think on the line, on top of the order is definitely him and Chris Brown. And I don't know of any artists. I think they should be like the clear next two options.
Well, I'm pretty sure they got other people. Chris definitely ain't getting it. But
yeah, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying I feel like that should be like the order. Anybody.
Yeah, you just talking about talent wise. Yeah, talent wise. They definitely have the talent and the records to do so.
Right.
Whether or not it's going to happen or not. But I think Usher definitely will have a better chance than Chris Brown would. And again, like you say, he got the residency in Vegas already. That's fucking selling out that everybody's showing up to because I hear it's such a great show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing the skating park shit.
Mm-hmm.
He got the skating shit in
Rockefeller
and Rock in the city right now.
He surely do. I'm trying to be
Like so, man. Usher, yes. Next Super Bowl, they might have him with a few other people and shit. Usher and friends, you know, Lil Jon be up there.
Usher, if he wants to bring
everybody
friends,
love Lil Jon.
I'm saying if he wants to bring friends, he can. But I think Usher could hold his own without anybody.
I think he can too, but I think for the sake of advertisement,
yeah.
they'll put Cassia or Billie Eilish or what's that girl you be listening to, the young girl from
Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. They announce anybody, and like no disrespect to them, like that. I might not even watch the halftime show. Might skip it.
But that's what they'll do. That's what they'll do.
They
though.
up and coming. They can't be.
But Jay-Z is in charge of the Rock Nation is in charge of the Super Bowl halftime show shit. But Jay is a businessman, so
right. Let's see what happens.
Definitely, we will see. Speaking of performances, Zendaya performed one of her songs for the first time in 7 years. I think she could to get back into music or stick to acting. What's your real thought?
Stick to acting.
Damn,
I love Zendaya. I love Zendaya. Don't even. I ain't gonna even act like I don't. But I don't think Zendaya has had a record that's like, yeah, this is the one. Although I loved Replay, I was just singing it earlier. But like I don't think her acting career has superseded her singing performing career. So I just want to see her do more things in acting, where become different characters. You guys watch the Utopia. I don't watch it. Or is it Euphoria? I say Utopia. Euphoria. And I hear she does well in that. So I just want to see her range as an actress. She can do music sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really care for the music when it comes to in Kevin's words, Zendaya.
Bree?
I'm a big fan of Zendaya, and I would love to see her do anything. I think. Listen, I don't see her doing music right now. I think movies, and I think she should stick to that right now. I'm not saying later on music is not an option, but I feel like I don't know, Zendaya's done so much in a short amount of time.
But she hasn't even had like a real lead role in a movie though. Like she's leading, she's done a lot, and she's definitely leading when it comes to Euphoria.
Yeah.
But what's the Zendaya movie? Like that's why I want to see the breakout movie, you know, Zendaya leading actress.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see more of.
I don't know. I just think right now she should just stick to the music. For right now.
Stick to the acting.
I mean acting, right? If she wants to revisit music to see if she can do it and she can still like come back, I'm with that. But for right now, stick with the acting. Let's conquer that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Keke Palmer sung and it didn't work out. She went back to acting. Don't be Keke Palmer. You Zendaya. Zendaya. And I shout out to Keke Palmer because I like her too.
But Kiki's not on Zendaya's level.
I think
Keke Palmer's a better. We ain't putting them together, man. We ain't doing that.
Whoa, buddy, you have not. But see, you talk without watching her own show where she's a drug addict and.
Okay, so I'll give you that because she got one thing that I ain't seen. I've seen quite a few things from Keke, and Keke's I don't want to compare them. I'm gonna stop right here. I don't want to compare them. Zendaya just need to act more.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
What you gonna say, Johnny?
I said, let's not compare them.
Yeah, you're right, John. Let's not compare them.
Let them be great.
That you correct, John.
That's all I'm saying.
Because I don't want to seem like a Zendaya hater, but I'm an honest person at the same time.
But what movie has Kiki done that she showed you that she can act?
You just see a new movie with my boy. The movie. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Nope.
The Key and Peele movie.
Nope.
Oh well, yeah, no.
Hey, no.
That was one movie that she did.
Oh, you said recently. That's how most.
No, I said what has she done?
Oh, recently that was Nope, and she smoked that shit.
Okay, and what else?
I gotta look at her discography.
Yeah, there ain't shit much on there. All right, John.
But what Zendaya got? Euphoria and Spider-Man. So
no, she did that movie with Denzel Washington's son.
What movie?
Yeah, she did do that movie.
You watched that, and that movie was ass. Everybody said that movie was ass. She just shooting that up. She shooting from the hip now, y'all, because that movie was ass. Everybody said it was ass. Let's not compare. Let's stop the comparison right now, because I'm chopping Zendaya ass up real quick. Let's stop the comparison. They both great. Zendaya keep acting. We love you, Zendaya. And I love Replay. And I love Shake It Up Chicago. And I love Spider-Man. And I think I'm going to love Euphoria when I watch it.
No, Euphoria is a good show. But we'll leave that alone. Let's get to the topic. We wanted to talk about this video. TikTok lawyer says women should all go for prenup.
So let's give a little back history on what she's talking about. She is talking about the situation with the soccer player and his wife. And she said, let her break it down on how women should enter a marriage from now on. Get a prenup even if you don't have any assets to your name.
Anything to protect.
Right. So that you can see what he has on his asset list so that you can see if anything's in his name. That was one. She said, two, if you have children, get I think a payment for every child you have on have with him. So if you have 3 children, you should put that in the prenup. You have 3 children.
Child credit, child care credit
payment. You should get payment for those 3 children. Again, I'm talking from a married place, okay? And even if Devin had money, I wouldn't. This is not a business move to me, right? This is not a business agreement. Yes, a marriage is work, but I personally don't think it's a business agreement. It's not for me to cash out if the marriage doesn't work. That's not how any woman should go in thinking about marriage or signing papers to any pre-up. Oh, this is a way for a cash out. That is a stupid idea to me. That's a very dangerous game that you play when you do shit like that. And I want to know if this particular lawyer is married and who is she married to? Because if I was her husband watching these videos, I would be fucking scared and fucking paranoid out my ass because it seems like she just in it for the cash out.
If she is married, I'm pretty sure she's probably the breadwinner, because this is only, unfortunately, well, I want to say unfortunately, it's a fact. A prenup is for the protection of the person who has assets to protect.
Right.
So you can't come to somebody with no assets to say, hey, if this doesn't work, I want some of your assets. Now, we know in a marriage, everything created in a marriage, you split because if you guys are sharing this because you are building together. But to start a relationship or start a serious relationship, you like, hey, I ain't got no money, but before we get serious, there's some there's some things I need you to sign off on in case this doesn't work. It's like, shorty, you talking from a rich person perspective.
Right.
If you don't have no money, you don't have no assets, you're talking as if you're protecting something. Yeah, all you protecting your ability to come up from me,
right,
if we don't work. So for her to say that, although it's smart if somebody able to pull it off,
right.
it's just for a person who has no assets to come to somebody with assets and say, I know you want to protect your assets because rightfully so you should if these were assets gained prior to me, but I also want to protect myself in regards to getting some of your assets,
right,
if this doesn't work out. She talking about like some child care credit and shit. For every child, I get a stipend or I get this. Bitch, it takes 2 to make a baby. This is your obligation too. You talking about should be paid for the time that you take off work because of, pregnancy and stuff. Bitch, this is again a decision that you make. It's not like motherfuckers just inseminating you.
Right.
You are a part of the decision in regards to having this baby. Why should I pay you out because we agreed to have a child?
Right.
It don't make sense. And she's speaking from a very privileged place because I think maybe if she's in a relationship, she is the person with the assets and she can only talk from there because a person that has no assets ultimately can't really come to somebody who has assets and say, yeah, in order for me to have your babies, you got to pay me this. In order for me to take off time.
No, but
work,
she's probably a lawyer and she probably defends more women than men.
right.
And this is the advice that she gives the women, or she's that lawyer that you go before you get married as a woman and she reads over the prenup and says, we need to put this in for you,
right,
and put that in for you and puts this in for you. And again, I understand if you met him before the money and then you get married and now he wants to act like you didn't help with half.
Yeah, he fucked up.
Then okay, then yes, as a woman, you have every fucking right to fight for half.
Right.
I wholeheartedly believe that. If when you met that man, you struggled together to build a company, a business, a home together, then it's only right that you and that person come up with an agreement, right, and a amount that it is beneficial to you,
right,
and
it's fair to both sides,
right. But not only that, my problem with this statement is a lot of times these parents, they go 50-50 on custody. Okay, with that being said, why do you need to pay me out if
you co-parent?
I have them half of the time? Again, I just this lady came from a very nasty place, and watching her talk, I just personally was just like, you can tell.
She's just kind of that she felt the way she came out, felt like she was mad that the soccer player came out and the story was being like
right, because now the lady is worth $3 million and she got now to share her $3 million with him because he's worth nothing. So now she has to pay him out.
I doubt he's gonna take her money though. I don't think.
No, he is. It's already been signed, and this is why the lawyer is making this. He's walking away with, I think, it's not half. It's like 2 points.
Like, that relationship must have really ended bad for him to have more money than her. No, even though it's in his mother's name, and he's still taking her for half. That's hilarious.
Not half. I think it's like.
For him to take anything from it is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
he got it.
Again, even in the world of fairness, and it comes to marriage, that's how shit works. So maybe like, hey, I'm just doing what the law permits.
She was gonna take him for more than what he was.
Right. So I'm doing what the law permits. So it is what it is. In the act of fairness.
Right. The kids are being split down the middle. He's not asking her for child support, but what she made.
She's paying that alimony.
Right. And he says it's only fair. She was an actress. She was this. She was a model. She was afforded the opportunities for her to do it. Why not? Pay up.
Again,
I'm a woman, and I listen. I understand if you was with him when he was shooting in the gym, and so now you reap the benefits. You should reap some benefits from that. Um, because it takes a real strong woman to build up a man in that kind of industry. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure Savannah James would tell you, look, you know how many girls probably threw their coochie and in LeBron's face, and she had to sit there and just build him up and all this other shit, and
and even that's minute, even bigger than that. Whereas she probably the person handling the finances because he has to focus on his game. He has to focus on this, and I'm trusting in you, baby, to make sure bills are paid.
Right.
Make sure money is financed and put in the right places. So yes, if I'm doing this in any relationship, if I'm alleviating you of this burden and I'm taking this stress off you, then yes, we are building something together and I'm playing a pivotal part of it. So I wouldn't say always equal, but I am owed something. And then in the marriage, you decide of what's fair for both parties. But you just can't come into a marriage with nothing and be like, yeah, before this go any further, this is what I'm asking for.
Right.
Like, sure, you not signing to a record label. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And again, to each his own. If somebody's able to pull it off, male or female, God bless you. But just know coming into a serious relationship, like, hey, I don't have nothing, but I'm for damn sure ain't leaving with nothing.
Right.
It's a bad look. But hey, God bless that sister.
Man. No, like I told you, some people, like I said in the chat, man, historically, when it comes to marriage, it was a business thing. It was the benefit what you brought. They'll marry you off to what benefit the family the most. Whatever gave the family a name, a connection to this trade, or whatever that the family needed. That's what they married you off to. So
that's a fact. I mean, you work for goat, get a goat and some land.
Yeah, so in essence, some people still look at marriage as a business come up. Oh, I'm gonna marry this person with the intentions of shit going down south, and I'm going to take this financial gain and keep pushing.
Oh yeah, people definitely do. People definitely do. Come into it like, yeah, we're gonna combine these two families. Hey, she come from a long lineage of lacrosse players or whatever. We're gonna build super athletes. A lot of people do that, but again, they not coming in with the paperwork. Like, hey, this is the agreement we're working on.
Yeah, especially if you're not the breadwinner, you're not asking for prenup out.
Yeah, exactly.
Out front. Cause
you ain't got the assets. You playing your role.
Because push come to shove, shit hits the fan, you trying to leave out with half. So that's not happening.
It is what it is, B.
It is what it is. Now let's get into this game that Deb threw in the chat. We're gonna do an ASO version, our first try at it. Should we give it a name? Technically, because it's not our game, but we could give it a name. Eventually, we can come up with a name for it.
Bad descriptions.
Yeah.
ASO's version of, I guess, bad description.
Yeah.
We each will give 3, and someone's just got to guess it.
That's correct.
All right.
So, do I go first?
If you want. Everybody take a turn.
Okay.
All right. So, my first one. Young man takes other young men so he won't be alone on an island.
Peter Pan?
Very good, John. All right. Man lies about his identity to get a kiss from a woman, promising her riches.
Man lie.
Aladdin?
No.
Promise to get a kiss.
Man lies about his identity to get a kiss from a woman, promising her riches.
Man lies with getting a kiss from a woman. It sounds like something.
I don't want to give Devin a hint. I have like an idea of it. The fuck is the name? It's a princess movie. It's a movie with a princess.
Uh-huh.
Man lies.
Fuck is the yo? I know the
it's a
story,
Disney
but I just don't know the name.
Man lies to get a kiss.
Man, what's
John
the
said
name?
Aladdin already, right? You said Aladdin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man lies to get a kiss from.
Think of all the princess movies. Which one?
I don't know. I give up.
Kiss. You kiss it is a toe. You kiss the toe, right? Kissing the toe.
Yes.
What? Prince and Frog?
Yeah.
Okay.
He promised
Damn,
her riches.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna give Dev. That's why I didn't want to say that part. I knew I was gonna give Dev the answer.
It ain't a challenge. You ain't competing.
Listen, this one is not a Disney or like a cartoon movie. People with no work ethic get mad at their boss because they call them on them.
Or bosses?
There you go. Okay.
They had work ethic though. They bosses were just bitches.
They didn't have work ethic.
I thought they had work ethic. John, you want to go?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
All right, my first one. A hog and his buddy raise a king.
That's Lion King.
That's simple.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna say, snitch kills brother and tries to kill son to beat a man, and it was gonna be Lion King, but I ain't do it.
I was gonna say a rat and a hog, but it's a meerkat. It's a meerkat.
Yeah.
Timon is a
meerkat
meerkat.
And a warhawk. And a warhawk.
And but Shorty with mental issues thinks she's in a new world.
Shorty with mental issues thinks she's in a new world. John, you stole mine. That's Wizard of Oz.
That's close, but not that one.
The Wiz?
Nope.
Alice in the Wonderland?
Bree got it. Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
I was gonna put Trip, but Trip would have made it because she fell down the rabbit hole. Shorty mental issues. Trip would have made it too easy. And last one, black man with funny haircut beating and killing fiends.
What? Say that again?
Black man with funny haircut beating and killing fiends.
Beating and killing fiends?
Yes.
New Jack City?
No. I was gonna do one for New Jack, but it's not New Jack.
Beating and killing fiends. Blade.
Good guess. It's Blade. Vampires is fiends for blood.
Fiends for blood.
I was gonna say crackheads, but I felt like crackheads would have been too much.
No, crackheads, they ain't smoking crack,
nigga. But that's why I use fiends. There's fiends for that blood.
All right, here's mine. Mentally challenged cripple takes in a group of special kids. You heard me, John?
Yeah, that sounds crazy. Oh, X-Men. That's X-Men.
Right.
That's X-Men.
Mentally challenged cripple.
Yeah.
Takes in a group of special kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a good one, right? I know.
That's it. That had me laughing.
All right, my next one. Guy loses his virginity to a Thanksgiving Day dessert.
American Pie.
Yeah, American Pie.
I'll say that's definitely American Pie.
And the last one. Teens join a gang to fight an evil bitch from space.
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers, yes. Power Rangers.
I was thinking about other shit, but then you said teens.
Yes, that's why I said teens.
Yeah, teens was what was like the hint.
All right, John, the other ones you got. I'm gonna pull up some of the other ones I saw online.
Yeah, this one I got off. This one I got offline because I wanted like a feeling of it, but I thought this one was funny. Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge.
You said what?
Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge.
Edwin?
Everyone.
Oh, everyone tries the ice bucket challenge. Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. What's that, John?
The Titanic.
Oh, damn.
That's OD. That's hurtful. That's really just hurtful.
And I had oh that's fire. Snake looking man obsessed with boy.
Oh, that's Harry Potter.
Yep.
I had one for Harry Potter too. I said, boy joins house to fight noseless bully.
This is funny. A group of friends set up shop in a building and sell candy.
New Jack City.
Yeah, we said New Jack. I had one for New Jack, but yeah, a group of friends set up shop in the building and sell candy. And the last one I had, this one, I felt like this was bad, but man loves drugs and white women, then gets locked up and then changes history.
Man loves drugs and white women. Yep. And Malcolm X?
Yeah.
That's OD.
I seen one online that said Stockholm syndrome at work.
That's for what, the Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, that was Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my god.
You know, you fall in love with your capture. Another one said, drug addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy.
I don't know what that is.
Forrest Gump.
Oh.
Oh, I definitely seen that.
Then it said a guy that's alone in the forest kisses a dead body while 7 other guys watch.
Oh, I seen that one. That's Snow White.
Well, they not original guys. I came up with mine in my head.
No, the ones I used, the main ones I used was the original ones.
Yo, my X-Men one was the best one. So
the only one I had here that wasn't original was the Titanic one.
No, all my 3 was original.
The only one, I just kept the Titanic one because I thought the Titanic one was funny. Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge. I thought that was funny.
That's funny as hell and bogus at the same time.
I was like, yeah, I had to keep that one.
But that was dope. I think ours was better than that video we saw.
Yeah.
I think we had some good ones. We should all like find out, but just know we should do that.
Yes, I hear you. I got you. Yes. We gotta Google, make sure it's not already existing.
Right.
But
we give it a weird. We give it that's why we give it a crazy name. So like selling different types of bread.
That's for facts.
That's how I look at it. But with that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another Shade Opinion Podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, and my guy Dev in the back, and we are out.